won the farm at sunset as the golden sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the peaceful farm. A gentle breeze rustled through the fields. Our story begins with a cow, standing in the middle of a lush green pasture, her eyes scanning the familiar surroundings. The narrator's voice softly introduces us to the scene. The cow wanted something new, something magical. We see the cow let out a deep sigh, her expression a mixture of boredom driven by curiosity. The cow ambled towards the old red barn at the edge of the field. She nudged the creaky door open with her nose, peering into the dim interior. Dust motes danced in the fading sunlight that streamed through the cracks in the wooden walls. Amidst the clutter of rusty tools and weathered crates, something caught the cow's eye, a glimmer of polished wood and shiny metal. There, tucked away in the corner, stood a mysterious instrument. Scene 3 first attempt. The cow tilted her head, intrigued by the strange object before her. Tentatively, she stretched out her hoof and pressed a key. A sudden, comical sound echoed through the barn, startling a few nearby mice. The cow's eyes widened in surprise, then crinkled with delight. "Moo, this is fun!" she exclaimed, her voice filled with childlike wonder. Scene 4 learning the melody. Encouraged by her first attempt, the cow began to experiment with the instrument. Her hooves danced across the keys, and slowly but surely, a simple tune began to form. As she played, something extraordinary happened. Glowing musical notes floated up from the instrument, swirling around the cow in a mesmerizing display. The narrator's voice whispers, "The music was more than sound. It was magic." Scene 5 magical effects. The enchanting melodies seemed to breathe life into the world around the barn. Outside, flowers that had been tightly closed buds moments ago suddenly burst into bloom, their petals unfurling in a riot of colors. A flock of birds, drawn by the sweet sounds, perched on nearby branches and began to chirp along, adding their voices to the growing symphony. Even the ancient oak trees swayed gently, their leaves rustling in time with the rhythm. Scene 6 animals arrive. Word of the magical music spread quickly across the farm. A curious rabbit hopped closer to the barn, its long ears twitching to the beat. Unable to resist, it began to dance, its furry feet tapping out a lively jig. A woolly sheep wandered over, nodding its head in appreciation of the melody. A group of ducks waddled up, clapping their wings enthusiastically. Soon, animals from all corners of the farm had gathered, forming a circle around the barn to listen to the cow's impromptu concert. Scene 7 the big concert inside the barn. The cow was oblivious to her growing audience. Her eyes were closed in concentration. A smile of pure joy spread across her face as she played with newfound confidence. The magical notes swirled faster now, creating a dazzling light show that spilled out of the barn's windows and open door. The assembled animals cheered, danced, and swayed to the music. As the camera slowly pans out, we see the entire farm alive with movement and color, all centered around the humble barn where an ordinary cow had discovered an extraordinary talent. Scene 8 grand ending. The cow's hooves struck a final, triumphant chord. As the note rang out, a burst of magical sparkles exploded from the instrument, shooting up into the twilight sky like a dazzling fireworks display. The farm erupted in a cacophony of applause, bleating, quacking, and excited squeaks filled the air. The cow opened her eyes, taking in the scene before her with amazement. She bowed her head gracefully, a gesture worthy of any concert pianist, and said with pride, "Moo! Thank you, everyone." Scene 9, closing narration. As the excitement began to die down and the animals dispersed, chattering happily about the unexpected entertainment, the narrator's voice returns. From that day, the cow knew that music could bring happiness to all. We see the cow giving the instrument one last fond pat with her hoof before leaving the barn. As she walks back to her pasture under a sky full of twinkling stars, a soft, cheerful melody plays in the background. The screen slowly fades to black, leaving us with the warm glow of a magical evening on an ordinary farm, where a cow discovered the extraordinary power of music.